it can be done.
Sure. Absolutely.
But I feel like, of course, but I feel like all the ways it could be done, and I would love to hear the pro Super Cooper guys talk about this shit. You know what I mean? I would love to hear from them. You know, what are some of these game plans the Super Cooper fans would use to attack the Eagles? What are some of the keep things on the track game plans that Super Cooper could use? What about the bus driving plan that you could use for the Super Cooper fan? What about the hot hand things? Show me some of these things that Cooper Rush can do to keep things. You know what I mean? This ain't a Cooper Rush game, dog. It's not. Because these dudes got dudes at every level. That's why it's not a Cooper Rush game. You know what I mean? Not only do they got dudes at every level, but they got dudes at multiple levels. Miss Nan in the chat, she said I look swole. I mean, she said, let me just hit the button because she said, you know what I mean? She said. So Will Steele, when I look at the depth on this team, right? When I look at the depth on this team, I'm like, man, the Eagles got dudes at every single level, man. I go, man, this ain't a Cooper Rush. I say you need a complete team to beat them dudes, right? You need a complete team to beat a complete team. You know what I mean? And the only way that this thing can get relatively close, right? I think Jalen Hurts has improved. But it's not like I have the highest opinion of Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts is much better than Cooper Rush. Don't get me misunderstood, right? He's much better than Cooper Rush. If this was only Hurts versus Cooper Rush, I'll feel decently better because this ain't like Cooper Rush versus Josh Allen or something like that, right? The problem I have with this is that defense versus Cooper Rush makes this shit weird. You know what I mean? Now, we do have optimism because it's that defense versus Jalen Hurts also, right? But this thing is going to come down to, I think, Will, whoever gets 3 big plays first, the first team to 3 big plays win this game. You know what I mean? This is going to be a slow, ridiculous, and it might be a boring defensive game. It's not going to be boring for us because it's Cowboy Eagles or whatever, right? But if we're going to have our best shot, it's going to have to be a boring game. It's gonna have to be meticulous. It's gonna have to be slow. And I think you can run the football against the Eagles enough. And that's a loaded statement in itself, right? This ain't like I'm not saying, all right, let's just go out and run the ball versus the Eagles. That ain't gonna happen. But I do think you can run the ball enough to be relatively successful. Let me give me some goddamn. I think you can run the ball versus the Eagles enough to be relatively successful to possibly get you a big play on the back end somewhere else. This ain't going to be a clean game. You're going to need Brian Anger and Brett Maher like a mug, Will Steele. You're going to need both of them dudes. You're going to need Brian Anger to make life hard for them. You're going to need, what's his face? You're going to need, hold on. They say we not live on the volume side.
It's incorrect. We got 101 over there on the volume.
Yeah, we got 101 over there, y'all. So y'all hit refresh and
let me go make sure we good. Keep going.
Yeah, hit refresh and look at y'all phone. Yeah, it say we good over there. So y'all ain't over there. But I think this is a game where kicking game and all the things that are associated with the team's units are going to help you because you need a total effort. You need a cumulative effort, right? It'll be nice to get a Kevontae Turpin touchdown because we don't trust Cooper Rush, you know? It'll be nice to get one of them. It'll be nice if we can get another turnover for a touchdown, right? Strip sack, pick six, something like that. And this what we got to do to win games because we punching up in terms of Cooper Rush versus this Eagles defense. We're punching up against some dudes so high, Will Steele. We got to hope for auxiliary shit to come in and help us out. But I think that's what it is. I think this will be a good game for Tony Pollard, right? And you can attack this 2 different ways in terms of running the football, right? Just because you're running with Zeke don't mean you just got to smash up A-gap all the time. That ain't the case. But I think you have to run the ball with Zeke to wear these dudes down a little bit. Because if these dudes are fresh in the second half, they're going to give you problems. So you need to wear those dudes, even if we're just wearing them down, punt, play defense, live another day. Even if that's the case, I like that more than attempting to throw the ball with Cooper Rush. You understand what I'm saying, Will Steele?
Yeah, I'm messing with this over here. For whatever reason, it went to yesterday's live. We are live over there, though, just not on the actual one that is supposed to be live. But we're about to get rid of all that, so.
Okay, cool. We're gonna let Will still be the best in the business. We're gonna let him operate that. But I feel like this would be a game for Tony. You know what I mean? Not to just run away from guys or whatever, right? But I do think perimeter things will help us. I think getting offensive linemen on the move and bouncing outside will help us. I think screen game and possibly dump off type of stuff will help us. If y'all remember watching the Rams game last week. And scoring is at such a premium. It's so important. When Dorrance Armstrong blocked the punt and he didn't score, if you go back and watch my game day stream, I was like, damn, Dorrance didn't score. Because Dorrance not scoring means we got to put the ball back in the hands of Cooper Rush. And, of course, Cooper Rush was who we thought he was, or this offense in general is who we thought it was, right? We had the best field position you could possibly ask for, and we still came up with 3. I hated that last game. I think that'll be a blessing in this game. I think every single point is going to matter here, man. Every single point is going to matter. And, week 16 is going to be different because 4 is going to be there. But if this the fight that we have right now, and look, I'm not one of these pro celebrate after a quarterback gets hurt type of deal or whatever. But man, if you're an Eagles fan and you don't care about all that morality and shit, and you just want the W, man, celebrate Cooper Rush. You need to pray to the Cooper Rush guys tonight because he's going to be the reason, for the Eagles to be victorious. But I think if you just keep this game low scoring, if you just keep this game gritty, and you keep it, I was about to say keep it slow, but just keep that clock running and don't make it explosive. I think the first team to 3 big plays wins. So could that be a CeeDee Lamb screen where he yaks for a couple extra yards and, get us in field goal range and we possibly score? Possibly. Could that be something like, like Tony Pollard? And look, Tony's done it. To where he'll have like 8 carries, and besides his big runs, he'll have like short runs, but he'll have a big 60-yarder off of that. I mean, if that's the case, then fine, cool, or whatever. On the screen, Will Steele has prepared us a montage of some of the things that we've done in the past.
I don't have it up yet.
Okay, cool. Well, at some point, Will's still gonna work on that for us. But yeah, man, I was also thinking about the. Go ahead.
Now I have it prepared. Whenever you're done, then I'll give my opinion on the whole situation.
Okay, cool. Let me just get one more thing, and I'm gonna get you on that. I'm also interested to know what McCarthy and the guys are gonna do about the left guard position this week, because if you want to be strong and girthy at any position, pause. Left guard this week would definitely be the one. The Eagles They got D linemen, of course. I mean, they got edge guys that we've been dealing with that I feel like we can deal with. Reddick's a solid player. I mean, he can pass rush, give you some problems, but I don't even want to throw the ball. But Hargrave is a guy. Jordan Davis is coming into his form, right? Fletcher Cox ain't Fletcher Cox that we're used to, but he's still a guy to where, if he's lined up against Biadasz and Biadasz ain't ready for it, then Fletcher Cox can ruin life for you. So this may be a game where we got to be a little more girthy on the inside. Or I wonder, should we go for the athletes on the inside and have those dudes be able to move a little better? Will Steele, what you got for us, brother?
When you were talking about how this game should be, that's exactly how the Cowboys been playing. They've been playing that way. Keep it close, mistake-free football, run the ball, balance, stuff like that. They have to continue to do that, in my opinion. They just have to do it differently, if that makes sense. I don't think you're just going to be able to just line up, run the rock, NA gap, B gaps traditionally, right? Like some of the things we saw them do against the Rams, where they were using the 2 tight ends and they just block up these guys because it's Aaron Donald, but then the rest of these dudes ain't Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, Jordan Davis, Brandon Graham was good against the run, things like that. That's not what they had there. So in this game, and I had some plays from last year where the Cowboys played the Eagles. Again, I'm not saying that this is the same team. What I'm getting at is this is how I think they should be running the ball. And when you did have success against the Eagles this year running the rock, it came with post-snap action, pre-snap action. You got tight ends pulling or coming around. You got guards pulling, right? You got no longer do you have Amari Cooper here, but still wide receiver. So you get the linebackers going one way. I feel like you're going to need to be more creative in the run game than you were lately. And the last time we saw Dallas get creative in the run game, it was against another aggressive defense, the Giants. And we never went back to that. We haven't went back to it yet, but this would be the week to do it because those big boys in the middle are tough to run against if you're just trying to run right up the A gaps, B gaps without any type of traps. So once you start getting that going, then you can start getting maybe a tight end screen popping off every here and there, right? You can get a quick out or something like that. They were good against a quick game against the Cardinals, though. But I just feel like, and again, I'm not showing this to show that this is the same team. I'm showing it to show as Cowboy fans, this is how we should run and attack them. We shouldn't be running, and it doesn't have to be out of shotgun, but if you do it like that. You know, with a tight end coming around, you got Zach Martin, your all-world guard pulling. Make these big boys run sideline to sideline, Voch, as opposed to trying to just line up and beat them mano-a-mano. We know we're deficient at the left guard spot. We know Tyler Biadasz is, you know, they've been having a little bit of struggles here or there. He's cool, but this is a different test. So I'm just asking, you said it's not a Cooper Rush game. It's not. I said the same thing. It's a Kellen Moore game.
We have the best fucking show on YouTube, man. I'm just talking my shit, bro. I'm just talking my shit. I'm with you, Will Steele. I'm with you. You just got to find your matchups. You just got to find your matchups and win them. And then outside of just winning matchups, you gotta scheme some shit and just figure this out, man. Like if Kellen got a bag that he wasn't allowed to go in, you know what I mean? Like this should be one of them bags that we just look through it and see what'll possibly work for us. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't think this is the week for a triple reverse Tony Pollard pass to Turpin or nothing like that. This ain't one of them ones or whatever. But no. We should look for as much creativity as we could possibly find, because your theory kind of falls in the same line with mine. I think the first one, the 3 big plays, will still. Whoever scores 3 big plays first and both sides just play incredible defense, that's where I think we can really get a W out of this thing.